Hi everyone, continue from the previous video. We are going to find the volume of the solid revolution. So that we need to find the region R in the first quadrant. This is the keywords. Just highlight it, first quadrant, which is bounded by the y-axis, x-axis, and the curve. Calculate the volume formed when R is rotated about y-axis through one revolution. Alright, so now we have the curve y squared equals to 4 minus x. We need to sketch this curve. So how to sketch this curve? I know that the curve is a parabolic shape, is either open to the left or open to the right. What can I do is I just look at the sign over here. If the sign of the x having the negative sign, then it will be open to the left. And it is positive, then it will be open to the right. So I know that the shape should be in this shape. And how do I sketch the curve in detail? I will find the X-intercept and Y-intercept. All right. To get the X-intercept, to get the Y-intercept, we let x equals to 0. When the x equals to 0, y squared equals to 4. And y equals to positive negative 2. So have your axis first of the graph. Now we have our x-axis and y-axis. So you can see that when x equals to 0, y is passes through the negative 2 and 2. This is a 2 point that you will pass through. And the third point that we can find is we let y equals to 0. When the y equals to 0, you have your 4 minus x equals to 0, where x equals to 4. Alright, so you can just sketch. When y equals to 0, x will be equals to 4. And you know the shape is the shape A. Alright, it's a parabolic shape and open to the left. So we just sketch our curve. Passes through the 2. And x equals to 4. And y equals to negative 2. So this is not that pretty, but we just take it to represent the y squared equals to 4 minus x. Then we try to shape the region that we want. The region R is in the first quadrant. Look at the first quadrant. And bounded by the y-axis, x-axis, and the curve. So this is the region that we are interested in. If this region rotate about the y-axis for 360 degrees. One revolution means that it's 360 degrees. So what kind of shape will be formed? Try to sketch out the solid so that you see. This is the solid that we probably will get. Alright, so if I sketch outside, you will have like this. Okay, this is the solid that we have. When this piece of region rotate about the y-axis, it will form a solid like that. And now we're going to get the volume of the solid. So just use the formula, start from pi, and now your solid is actually generated by rotating about the y-axis. So you need to take the lower limit and upper limit from the y-axis as well. That is from 0 here to the 2. And the function which is bounds the region is the 4 minus y squared equals to 4 minus x. So since this is rotated about the y-axis, you need to integrate the x squared with respect to y. So you need to get your x squared since you have a y squared equals to 4 minus x. So the x will be equals to 4 minus y squared. Alright, and to get the x squared, we need to square the 4 minus y squared. Put in your 4 minus y squared into your integral. 4 minus y squared square. Integrate it with respect to y because this is rotated about the y-axis. Before you integrate, you need to expand it first. You get 16 minus 8y squared plus y power of 4. And now we start to integrate. Integrate 16, you get 16y minus 8y cubed over 3 plus y power of 5 over 5. And you need to integrate from 0 to 2. Then now we need to substitute the upper limit, 2 inside and 0 inside. 2 you put in, you will have 32 minus 64 over 3 plus 32 over 5. Put in the 0, you get 0 for all. 0 for the first term, second term, third term, all you got 0. Then now with access of calculator, calculate your final answer. Okay, final answer, you should have a 256 over 15 pi unit cube. Let's move to the next question. Alright, read out the question first. A hemispherical bowl is formed by rotating the bottom half of the circle, x squared plus y squared equals to 100 about the y-axis. Find the volume of the bowl, and the bowl is filled with water to the depth of 8 cm. Find the volume of the water in the bowl. So we must know how to sketch this curve first before we proceed. This curve is actually a circle. If you know how to sketch the curve of the, if you know this standard equation of the circle, you're supposed to know how to sketch this curve. Alright, so let's we recap a bit on the circle equation. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals to r squared. This is a standard equation of a circle where the center of the circle is at the hk, which you're taking the value of here, it will be the center of the circle, and the radius of the circle is the value of r. So if you have the circle in this equation, x squared plus y squared equals to 100, compare both of the equation, compare with the standard equation, you will have the h is as a 0 and k as 0, meaning that the center of the circle is at the 0, 0. And the r squared is 100, meaning that the r will be 10, meaning that for this equation, it shows it represents a circle where the center is at the 0, 0, and the radius is 10 units. So with this information, I think we can sketch the circle easily, where the center is at the origin and the radius is 10 units. So I just take a mark at the 10, roughly 10 units for these four sides, and these four sides having the same equal length. Alright, so we just sketch a circle which passes through these 4 points. After I sketch my circle, the circle will be roughly like that. Alright, it passes through the 4 points because it's, the radius is 10 units. And this is the center of the circle. This is the y-axis, x-axis. So we read back the question. So a hemispherical bowl is formed by rotating the bottom half. Bottom half meaning that we are actually want to focus on the bottom half, which is this side. That I only highlight with my red pen. And this is rotated about the y-axis. Okay, bottom half of the circle. So, meaning that this side, bottom half of the circle. So, we just focus on the red line. This become a bowl. Okay, just ignore the green line. Alright, so we just focus on the red line that we have. It formed a solid in the bowl shape. Alright, then want to get the volume of this, you just need to integrate. Okay, as usual, to get the volume, you just need to integrate. Formula is start from pi. And because of this is the curve which is forming this bowl is just from -10 to 0. So we just integrate from -10 to 0. And the function should, because it is rotate about the y-axis, we need to integrate x squared with respect to y. So to get your x squared, we just find it by this circle formula. circle equation, we get the x squared equals to 100 minus y squared. You put in the 100 minus y squared and integrate with respect to y. Why not is 100 minus y squared? Because you just need to put in 100 minus y squared because this is already representing the x squared. See or not? So just integrate as usual. Integrate 100. You will have 100y minus y cubed over 3. Integrate from negative 10 to 0. Then substitute the limit inside. 0, you put in, you get 0 minus 0. Put a negative 10 inside, you have a negative 1,000. Alright, positive 1,000 over 3. Okay. Supposedly, final answer, you will have 2,000 over 3 pi unit cube. Okay, so now look at the B, question B. The bowl is filled with water to a depth of 8 cm. Find the volume of the water in the bowl. So I will use the blue line to represent the water. This is my water. Alright. And now I just fill the bowl with the water until the depth is 8 cm. Alright, the depth of the water is 8 cm. So just consider that, just assume that the unit they use for this question is cm. So how do I get the volume of the water? Because the water is in this shape, in this is under this bowl, is in this bowl, and the bowl is taking the function of x squared plus y squared equals to 100. So we just need to integrate from negative 10 to this value. This value will be negative 2. Alright, because 8 cm. From negative 10 to negative 2 will be 8 cm. So we just integrate to get the volume of the water. We just integrate using the same formula. Multiply, start from the pi and integrate from negative 10 to negative 2. Alright, because the water is just follow the shape of this circle. So we just integrate as usual, the same function as the first part, that is 100 minus y squared. Integrate with respect to y. Do the same as just now. Just integrate it. What is the difference from the question A? It's just the limit. Okay? Substitute the limit in. You will get the final answer, 1408 over 3 pi unit cube. Alright, so this is the end of the video on volume of a solid revolution. So for the next video, I'm going to talk about the limits. Thank you for watching.